Hello, good morning, everyone. It's Nicole from Daily Ritual for day 3 of our Movement and Wellness Challenge. Not a fan of live because there's nobody on the other side. I know you're there. But yeah, bear with me as I muddle through the live aspects of things. So far, we talked a lot about, in these 2 days of challenge, of intention, body autonomy, and just connecting to your body. And so that's what we're going to do today. I know that there's a few people that might be checking in that have some mobility issues. So anything that I offer up today is also adaptable. I might even offer some suggestions that you could do this position sitting, but the biggest thing today that I want to share with you or to help you achieve is for you to connect to your body and figure out how you move. So, how I move and what I look like when I move is going to be very different from you because you have a different body that has been through different things. Um, so, don't need a mat, don't need a block, just need a space that allows you to have a little bit of range of movement. I'm going to use my mat just because it's easier. And we'll start with just getting into our feet and into our body and just connecting. And again, anything that doesn't feel right, stop. Maybe not stop, but ease off, I guess would be the best thing. So if you feel something that just makes you have a strong awareness in a part of your body, just check in with that and adjust it, ease off, and see if you can still try and move in that. If it doesn't feel good at all, absolutely stop. But all of the movements are simple, light, flowy. I hope you have some fun. All right, let's get moving. Let's see. All right, so first, let's just place our hands on the heart and just close your eyes and start to feel the feet going into the mat, the ground, whatever you're standing on. And if you're seated, you can still do this as well. Just have a seat, connect the feet to the floor, and we're going to start to rock onto the paws of the feet and then back on the heels. And just notice what that does to your equilibrium. And to kind of give the side angle here. So just rocking back and forth and just sort of notice the differences and start to notice the beat of your heart, the air going in and out as your chest rises and falls or expands. Let the toes lift and just notice that little wobble of balance and notice the strength when we go onto the paw of the foot. All right, now that we've had a little movement, let's just find a little bit of stillness. And let's just set an intention for the class. I'm going to offer up to just be here where you're at right now, have no expectations, and just let your body move how it feels good. You might even notice that you just naturally want to rock back and forth. Just allow whatever sort of starts to happen. All right, let's do a couple of deep breaths. We're going to bring our arms up and over the head. And then allow the hands to connect overhead in front of your, outwards towards the heart. Allow the elbows to push forward so that you can spread through the back and broaden through the collarbones. Just a couple like that, just to kind of wake up the arms. And again, the amount of pressure that you apply into your hands, start with 10% and then see what feels good. You might need a little bit more pressure to kind of get, for me, for surfing yesterday, I'm adding a little bit more pressure just so that I can find that broadening and that stretching and that fullness to the back and through the front collarbones. All right, and just take your hands, you can open your eyes now, and put your feet just underneath the hips. And let's rock the weight into the paws of the feet and over the heels. And again, if you're seated, you can do the same thing. Just push the knees forward, and let the heels hover, and then press the feet down and out. But before you do that, let's press that big toe in and like hook it back so that you can feel the engagement. We're going to take 2 little domes on the top of our thighs and just start to pulse. Let's wake up the legs. And again, whatever this looks like for you, if you're seated, you can just push your hands towards your knees so that you can find the hollows in the front of the hips. You've already probably got some hollows in the back of the knees and maybe a little bit more forward so that you can get a little bit in the front of the ankles. And now that we've kind of woken up our legs a little bit and our arms a little bit, let's get into our side body. So yesterday, Jenna for day 2 talked about seaweed sway. And this is one of my favorite ways to start a class to just kind of get into the body. So again, the weight is in the paws of the feet. The heel can be hovered or not. And you can just reach and push 2 soft fists forward, filling through the back and broadening through the front. And once you have that fullness, just start by moving the ribs from side to side. And again, some of you might not have as much mobility, and that's fine. Just keeping the weight in the paws of the feet and keeping the legs and the paws dynamic. We're going to just push the ribs out, whatever that looks like, and allow the ribs to lead. And then you can start to find your autonomy and find your own personal movement. Make it as big or small as you feel. You can also step a little bit wider to really wake things up. Allow the ribs to beam and push towards the right. Allow the head to go. The arms can be high, shoulder length, or in front. This is another one of my favorite ones, the orangutan, where you just let everything go. So just really find that side body. And it might be nice and slow for you. You can push into the right paw as the left rib cage push out. And then you can push into the left paw as the right. Well, I think I messed that up. But anyways, just try and find that mobility. And then come on back to the center. Just give yourself a hug, and you can just do a gentle little rock. And again, keeping the feet a little bit dynamic, feet under the hips, and you can just kind of shimmy a little bit. Filling through the back, and then as you come back up, broadening through the shoulders, and you can, for a little bit more, lift the elbows, pull the elbows a little bit apart, and the hands press into the elbows, and then push the ribs from side to side. And again, if this is something that's a little bit too much for you, you can just do little tips, whatever your body is feeling today. Just find some organic movement. You could even go into some rib cage rolls. Oh, that feels divine after yesterday's paddling. And then switch your rolls the other way. All right, so we've done a little bit of movement through the ribs. We've engaged our legs and our arms. And so let's just kind of do a little bit more. The idea is just to feel. I like to do this one sometimes just to get the energy flowing. As you breathe in, arms go up. As you exhale, arms go down. You can think of it as bringing in everything I want, letting go everything I don't. Just allow the body to feel. You can keep your paws engaged. You can keep the big toe hooked back. Or you can just allow the feet to be where they're at. Focusing on the breath. Inhaling up, exhaling down. And you can even start to allow the head to go. Again, if that feels good to you, just shake it out. This is just about feeling. We often disconnect from our body because we put it through a lot, and sometimes it's just a lot easier to move on to the next thing and let it go. All right. 2 more. And let's place our hands over the heart again and just notice that subtle difference. Your heart is probably pumping a little quicker. You might be more aware of your breath in and out. You might have some tinglies all through your body, through your arms, through your legs. Just notice it. And now do a little check-in, starting at your toes, going into your feet, your ankle joints, calves, knees, thighs, hips, glutes, your belly, your back, your chest, your shoulders, your arms, hands and fingers, neck. And then just allow your face to relax. I want you to imagine that it's like candle wax. Just let the teeth separate, the tongue can rest in the mouth. Soften around the mouth, around the eyes, and let the forehead melt. And just take a couple of breaths. Drop the head forward. Let's reach two soft fists up into like a V. And we'll start with a little movement again. Shifting. And this time we're going to reach towards the right, shifting into the right foot, reach towards the left. These are really great ways to wake up the body even first thing in the morning. Just so that you can connect, so that you can pay attention and be mindful throughout the day. A lot of the times our daily practices can really get into almost bad habits, we'll call it. And we take postures as we don't think about things and we kind of make ourselves small. All right, just a couple of those. Again, today, it's about feeling and connecting. All right, we're going to take our hands into a globe, connect the fingers, and this is a really great one to really find and feel fullness of the heart, fullness of the rib cage. So again, your feet can go underneath, or if you're sitting in a chair, just connect the fingers, create a little dome, little pockets, and the fingers are going to gently push into each other as well as the elbows pulling away. And it's almost like you got a big beach ball. And so just push it forward. And if this is something that you can do, push the elbows forward and find a little swish, rooting the hips back, pulling the paws down and out, and just find a simple rock. And then find some stillness. We're just going to push the knees forward, root the hips back, or if you're seated in a chair, just engage those paws, press the paws into the floor and drag the heels back towards the legs of the chair. Shift into the right foot, and we're going to, again, press the paw into the earth so you can engage the front line of the leg and then pull the heel back so you can engage the back. And we'll just do a little bicycle. And here I want you to focus on the engagement. Draw the heel back. Can you feel the left glute working as much as the right? And then place the paw down and just give yourself a little reprieve and just give a little wiggle. And then we'll do the other side, shifting into the left, drag the paw, push the paw into the floor, drag the heel back, flex the foot, find a little bicycle. As the knee pushes forward, the heel draws back. See if you can activate the back line of the leg. And then step wide, starting low. Allow the ribs to go from side to side. And then just slowly bring them up and overhead. And again, if you're seated in a chair, find your wiggle, find your seaweed. And then give yourself a hug. Just allow yourself to rock. So that was short and sweet. I just wanted you to be able to connect to the body, and for the rest of the day, maybe think about how you move when you reach for something. If you're on your phone, are you jutting your chin out? Can you bring your phone up? When you're washing dishes, can you find the weight in your paws and just engage it so that we're doing, but also being mindful about it? So thank you very much for coming and doing a little bit of movement. I teach this afternoon on daily ritual at 12 p.m. PDT and 4 p.m. ADT. That's here in Halifax, Nova Scotia. If you look in the thing below, there's a lot of really great free offerings that Daily Ritual and some of the other instructors are offering. I'm starting a Monday Mermaids free offering, one Monday a month. And in that class, we're going to focus on, again, some mobility, but moving like water, finding that flow while also finding an engagement. There's lots of wonderful things, but the biggest thing is try and find that routine, try and find that ritual. Sometimes when the routines get mundane, if we make it into a bit of a ritual, it makes it a little easier to consistently show up. So get a friend to join. The two of you can make each other accountable. That's a great thing about Daily Ritual is we're live. So we're here waiting for you. You come to the class and we're there to basically support you in that. But I hope you will enjoy and join us for the rest of the 31-day challenge. I know there's a lot of really great things coming up with that. I am going to be with you every Sunday. So I think I see you on day 10 next. Thank you for taking the time to watch and hopefully participate. And again, whatever level you're able to move, it's your body, and move in the way that feels good. The whole point is to just keep moving. Thank you so much. I'm grateful for all of you for watching, and I'll see you out there. Thanks. Have a beautiful Sunday.